What's up, CrossFit Spring Hill family? We're going to talk about the hero workout Murph, what it is, why we do it, how to approach it, and when and where it's happening with CrossFit Spring Hill. So first, the workout is 4-time, a 1-mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then another 1-mile run. Partition the pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats anyway, and if you have weight vest or body armor, wear it. 14 pounds for ladies, 20 pounds for guys. Now that's how the workout was originally written. We'll come back to that. Why do we do it? It is to honor Lieutenant Michael Murphy. He was a U.S. Navy SEAL who died in combat in Afghanistan. If you've seen the movie Lone Survivor, it's about Lieutenant Murphy and his team. So it honors him. The story is that it was one of his favorite workouts, and when he died in combat, it was memorialized for him and all who have served and fallen. So just remember that when you're doing it. It is a longer, more grueling workout, a lot of volume, and it's mentally challenging, and that's intentional, and we should be thinking about those who have served and fallen for our freedom so we can enjoy doing a workout like this with our friends in the comfort of a nice gym and in our own communities because of the sacrifices they've made. So thank you to those who have served, those who've lost loved ones, and we do acknowledge and remember that that's why we do this workout. Let's talk about how to approach it. Let's talk about this partitioning thing first of all. Like I said, the original workout says partition the pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats in any way. And some people get hung up on that, like, yeah, but the real way to do it is straight through. I don't agree with that. The workout says partition, so partition the reps if you want to. It's still the real Murph, okay? Now, the wearing a weight vest part, I think there's a little more gray area there because it says if you have a weight vest or body armor, wear it. So you could say, well, I don't have one. And that's fine. If you do it, you know, all the movements RX and all of the reps RX, but just don't have body armor or weight vest, you can still mark that RX. Just put it in your notes, I did it body weight. If you have a vest and you want that extra challenge, still mark it RX, put that in the notes. Either way, we're gonna, at CrossFit Spring Hill, we'll mark both of those RX. Let's talk about ways to partition it, okay? So a really popular way to do it is to do 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats. But you can partition it in any way you want. You could do 30 rounds of 3 pull-ups, 6 push-ups, 9 air squats. A popular way to break up the push-ups, because that's what bogs a lot of people down, is to do 5 pull-ups, 5 push-ups, 15 air squats, 5 push-ups, and do that for 20 rounds. So you can choose just kind of based on your strength and weaknesses how you want to do that. I will say doing it straight through is not necessarily harder. It's more muscularly taxing, but for most people it's actually going to slow you down. So you're doing the same amount of work in more time, which means mathematically it's less intense. You could argue less difficult. I'll let you decide though. The same goes for wearing a vest. If you wear a vest and it slows you down a lot, it actually becomes less intense. So just keep that in mind. I like to throw that out there because people like to get on a little bit of a potential ego trip about, oh, I did it with a vest or I did it straight through. It does not necessarily mean it was harder. It actually could be easier. All right. The stimulus for this workout is 30 to 45 minutes. Now, if you go over 45 minutes, that's okay, but I put that up there because that should be your litmus test for if you're ready to scale it up or not. For example, if you've done it, the bodyweight version with no weight vest, and you did it in 40 minutes, I would say you're ready to try it with a weight vest. If you have done it with no weight vest and it took you an hour, you're not ready to try it with a weight vest. So use that. You should have done whatever version of it in 45 minutes or less if you want to scale up to the next more challenging version. Let's talk about scaling. So we can scale the movement difficulty. Pull-ups can be scaled to ring rows. That's going to be the primary way I'm going to coach people to scale. Push-ups can be scaled to push-ups from your knees or push-ups with your hands on a box. And you can interchange those. You can even switch it up just to switch things up so you're not on your knees the whole time. Air squats can be scaled to the range of motion and do your air squats to a box or a medicine ball. The run can be modified to any machine. A bike would be the primary way to go there, so you're not using your arms. The Other way to scale would be to scale the volume of the movements down. So a popular way to do this, if it's your first time or you're still more at that beginner level, is to cut everything in half and do an 800-meter run, 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, and 150 air squats. Another really popular and fun way to do it is to do it with a partner and do a partner Murph. Maybe you both run the miles together because you're both pretty confident with the running, but then you split the pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats between the two of you, each one person working at a time. So those are some different ways to scale it. And then strategy-wise, you definitely want to pace it from the beginning. You should run that first run at a pace that's like, it's almost hard to hold back the way you are, a conversational pace, because you still have a lot of work to do after that. The last run is really where it's going to be a lot more challenging. There's definitely strategy in how you partition it based on your strengths and weaknesses. If you know the push-ups are really going to bog you down, try that strategy I talked about where you do 5 pull-ups, 5 push-ups, 15 air squats, 5 push-ups. And then finally, just persist through it. It is mentally and physically taxing and grueling. Keep going. When you want to stop, think about those who you're doing it to honor, Michael Murphy and others, and continue pushing through. You can do it. Your body can do more than your mind thinks you can, and it's going to feel really good when you're done and you've accomplished it. So we're doing it Monday, May 26th. First heat starts at 7 a.m. Sign up for a heat in the app. If you can't be here Monday, you can do it on Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. There's a group doing it then, May 24th. And where, obviously at CrossFit Spring Hill, but I wanted to say this, you can do this workout anywhere. Even if you don't have a pull-up bar, just sub the pull-ups with sit-ups. And this is actually a great like travel workout, beach workout, don't have a gym workout, because you can do the whole thing with no equipment and sub the pull-ups for sit-ups. So that's Murph. It's just some stuff to think about. We'll have a warm-up written on the board for you to warm up on your own. And if anybody has gotten this far in the video and you're just someone from the community who's looking for a place to do Murph, it is a free community day on Monday here at CrossFit Spring Hill. So just shoot us a message and we'd love to host you for Murph. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you guys for the workout and the after party.